It's Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Alaja Nima Akashat Zibiri. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm very grateful to God for business, for work, for everything, and even stress. So I was really stressed over the weekend and on Monday from logistics for rice. And at some point, I just stood at the Onodojo. It was 12 midnight and I cried.
Oh,
I was like, this wahala should say what.
Was a good stress now. Money's coming.
No, when Nigerians happen to you, not Nigeria, you will fear God. So my driver thought to just hand over my goods to another stranger, and that one just thought, who the hell are you? Oh, you will stress tire, you will come and meet me, so place. I kept driving around. And when I now got the goods yesterday, I felt so relieved. I was like, it was really for my good.
I like that. Nigeria doesn't happen to you, Nigerians.
Nigerians did. I paid for doorstep delivery.
Like the Holy Trinity, how do you separate Nigeria from Nigerians?
I don't know. Okay, how you doing, Mariam?
I'm fine, thank you. Our Christmas decoration chronicles. I've left my daughter. She's decorated the tree and everything. Yesterday I was just on my phone. Then I see a picture. Someone sends me a picture and says, "Oh, nice tree." I said, "I don't understand." I was like, yeah, I can see there is a tree in my house, but how is someone sending it to me? Anyway, no, she's not the one. One of my staff posted it. Like, this is my
private.
It's sanctuary. Okay.
It would be nice for people to know that Ima did this tree all by herself.
Amazing.
Oh, lovely.
That's one.
She had told me that she was into arranging trees. I wouldn't have bothered paying a company to come and do it for me.
Yeah, give me the hookup. I need.
Yes, I will. Yes.
You get to decorate your house.
That's what I do every year.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so they just do the professional thing
I
everywhere it's looking. But they're still working. They're not done.
We always do it. The kids
I can't do it. Yeah, I don't used to like it at the end of the day when the kids do it. So I just said, well, let's just
enjoy it. But it's just that I don't have.
I enjoy the bonding.
Yeah, I don't have enough decor for the tree.
Okay.
So I need someone to come and buy really nice things. I think we just.
I'll hook you up.
Hook me up, babe. How you doing?
Yeah, you would have employed Ima, you know.
Right.
I'm doing great. By now, I was just thinking back last year. This time, I'd already started marketing the care mentorship program. Okay, we're getting ready for January. But right now, I'm not in the mood to do nada. Nada. I've been binging on Netflix now. All these Korean movies.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, God. Those people know how to tell love stories without the sex in the mix. They know how to just break it down. You see real love, eternal love, and I've been enjoying it. I finished one, I just jumped into another one. But I think for the care mentorship, I'll just push it to March. I want to take it really slow. I need to rest. I need a lot of rest time, Person on the young.
How is our business? How is the store?
Yeah, it's going. I'm still doing sales. Yeah, gradually people are coming in. I'm still selling more online though. But people are now, they have a place to now come pick up. So a lot of them don't want to pay for deliveries. They will just opt, can I come and pick up? Now they have a place where they can pick up. I'm grateful.
Fantastic. Well done. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm well. I thank God. You know, everything's just good. I'm trying to get up the Christmas tree. My kids are reminding me, Mommy, what happened to the tree? I said, I'm really have a new job now. Very busy. But does the job stop you from doing the tree? I said, well, we'll think about it.
Allow them to do it.
Yeah, we'll bring out the tree first. I don't have enough decor. I'll get those things.
More.
Yeah, at least.
Not that shopping mall now. That one you use, I'm sure they have.
Close to the house.
That's small.
I've just seen a lot of maturity in my daughter doing this.
Yeah.
So sometimes we hold on too much to us doing it. Our children don't grow and mature into doing something. So I like that she took initiative and did that. So just let them do it. It doesn't have to be.
I'm
telling you, it doesn't have to be perfect. My son is looking at her like, well done.
What are you doing here?
Walk out of the year.
I like that. All right, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at the top stories in the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay, we're going to start with the nation. Army explains accidental drone attack on villagers. Uzodinma, Supreme Court slams 40 million naira cost on Ozekome. Budget 2024, federal government targets concessionary loans and climate financing. Japa syndrome, Nigerians kills wife in UK over bills. CBN blames cash crunch on uneven flow. We are repositioning police, says Minister Iman Suleiman Ibrahim. Education gets 20.08% of Makinde's 433 billion naira budget. And Shawun's coronation kicks off. with 150 million naira empowerment scheme. Okay, which story are we starting with? The major headline was really painful yesterday. We took that story yesterday. The Chief of Army Staff was in Kaduna. He said that he reminded us again that the routine airstrike by the army intended to attack terrorists hit some civilians during a religious celebration at the Tundumbiri village, Afaka ward in Kaduna State. President Bola Tinubu has also ordered a thorough probe to prevent a recurrence, as Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani also did the same thing on Tuesday. The president also sympathized with the victims. NEMA, that's the National Emergency Management Agency, said 85 persons were killed, although today other papers are saying more numbers have come out. About 60 plus were actually rushed to the hospital. Northern State Governors Forum demanded a comprehensive investigation, describing the error as heartbreaking tragedy. Yes. And more importantly, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant Tarid Lagbaja, said he tendered an unreserved apology to the community and says it was an error. He expressed regret over the error, describing it as very disheartening occurrence. And he gave some of the victims about, I think, 10 million naira he gave, and hoping more organizations are coming forward to see what they can do to support the community. Really, it's a really painful story, and it's really heart-wrenching.
The word is heart-wrenching.
Yes.
So the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, yesterday said the country needs to take advantage of cheap concessionary loans and climate financing to raise revenue to fund the 2024 budget. He made this revelation in his speech during a one-day retreat on the 2024 appropriation bill organized by the Senate Committee on Appropriation. And the theme of the retreat was budget and budgetary process, improved outcomes in 2024. According to him, he said that Nigeria's fiscal space was exhausted in line with the position of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and proposed a strategic shift towards concessionary funding, including climate financing and a viable option. And he says that the space is exhausted. We have to now focus on concessional funding, cheaper funding, even free funding, and climate financing is on the way. And he says the 2024 proposed budget states clearly that there is room for privatization, maximizing our own assets without borrowing. I was really interested in the fact that they're going to be working right now to see how we can limit borrowing funds so that we don't have a lot of debt servicing, which eats into our budget. And he promises that there are now a lot of countries and organizations that are willing to invest in our economy more than ever before. So we look at how we can harness those and leave the borrowing we are used to.
Okay, another story, Nation?
Yes, I do. I have this human interest story about the Nigerian couple that had traveled abroad, or the word jackpot abroad. So they're Nigerians from Ekiti State, and the way the story goes is that, you know, this couple had their issues even long before they left Nigeria. You know, there seemed to be domestic violence within the marriage, distrust, and by the time they traveled abroad, it seemed to have gotten worse, to the point that the wife had called the police, reported her husband trying to get a restraining order. And the next day, the police came just as a visit. This is something that they do as part of the request that she had made. And when they opened the door, they found her dead in her house, and looked around, and the husband was on the premises. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. And the story unfolds. He'll be taken through the courts. It just seems that they had serious issues. They have 3 children. It had to do with also the economic situation there as well, trying to find out, you know, trying to sort themselves out. One person not feeling empowered, you know, different circumstances there. So those compiled and imploded on them. Really sad story. But then it's more
of this kind of shows, because many families are struggling to settle in the new community. Okay, let's take another story.
So let me take the Ozekome Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court yesterday slammed Chief Ozekome, Mike Ozekome, with a 40 million naira fine for filing an application to the appeal court, to the Supreme Court, sorry, after the Supreme Court had declared Opus Odima governor and removed Amika Ihedioha of the PDP in Imo State. After that matter had been settled, he went to the court, asking the court to determine what the court considered a pre-election issue, asking them that they did not rule on the validity of Uzodima's candidacy, since it was not challenged by Ihedioha, but, you know, he was now bringing the application, asking them to rule on it. And he had some cases, he said it was backing or not, but the court in their own was the justices, Justice Inauguated, quizzed Ozekome on whether the apex court had jurisdiction to entertain the application being an election-related matter. And he said, in the atmosphere that we are in now, we will not entertain speculative matters, and you must come to this court with a genuine matter. Counsel knows the truth before any matter is brought to court. Recently, people have been bringing in impossible matters to the judiciary. Then they go to social media to denigrate the court. And you know, we do not have jurisdiction over that matter. Ozekome has been asked to personally pay that amount of money. There's also a provision under our laws to cancel clients. But Nigerians don't like that part. When you tell a client this matter might not fly, it's not, you say this one is not serious lawyer, let me go and find
You don't know your work.
that lawyer. So whatever they bring, fight too. You know? So when you find
How about for your name and integrity? Shouldn't you just
I
refuse to
don't
take?
understand. You know,
You have bragging rights. You want to say like I'm the one that was able to, you know.
No, if you believe
Or
that
you want to
this
eat
would
the money.
is unnecessary,
Frivolous.
you should not.
yes, you see the cases, you know when you go to
should
court.
not.
All right, the punch.
Just want to miss the money.
Death toll hits 120. Villagers alleged military bombed twice. Truck crushes woman amid Lagos police Okada riders clash. Cabal running Akeredolu's government, stealing funds, says PDP. Over 9,000 civil servants fail promotion exam. Auction. Presidential aircraft bidders get till December 24th. FG seeks 35 billion naira to revive Ajaokuta Steel. And Power Finance Ministries get 618 billion naira loan, says CSO's kick, that's civil society kicks. Which story?
So the PDP in Ondo State are now going to force us to invoke the provisions of the Constitution. They are insisting that the cabals are now running the state, and of course they are cutting away money. According to Mr. Spokesperson for the PDP, he is saying that the deputy governor should take over office. He's lamenting the prolonged absence of the governor, and he said that we are deeply concerned about the ruinous costs of health the challenge of the governor has bestowed upon the state. The most obvious of it is the emergence of a cabal, largely informal, that has seized every initiative mindlessly driving our state into penury. Of course, when there's a vacuum, somebody go fill up. And the provisions of the Constitution, if invoked, would have just kept the integrity of the APC as a party. That party, the chairman, everybody in the, within the APC, whether in the federal or Ondo State, should invoke these provisions of the Constitution and let the deputy take over, so that we have at least a substantive case. If truly funds are being pilfered in that state, how would we find out? Does Akeredolu want to finish his 8 years and face EFCC in his health condition? I think this is
a question that needs to be answered.
We should just do the
All right, let's go on a quick break now. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the papers.
I
Punch?
have a human interest story. So a woman, Mrs. B.C. Raji, died yesterday, was crushed to death when police officers clashed with commercial motorcyclists in Abulegba area of Lagos State. So according to the story, they said the police task force had come to enforce the Okada ban in the area, and then they started using tear gas around. And so one of the tear gas hit the woman who was in a keke napep, returning from the hospital. She's a 67-year-old woman, and she fell off the keke napep. But because the tear gas was everywhere, people were not able to see. A tipper driver just passed and crushed her head. In fact, people could not do anything for her because she died instantly. And so they abandoned her on the road. The driver of the tipper truck ran away, and she was left there for a while before police now got wind of it, came in and took her to the police station. Her family members were able to find her. They've taken the body for burial in Ikorodu, and police has confirmed the story, saying that they're going to investigate what happened. It was just an unfortunate incident,
Lots of
caught in the
unfortunate incidents
crossfires,
these days. All right, so let me take the Ajaokuta Steel. So the Minister of Steel Development, Shoaibu Audu, has requested 35 billion naira funding from the financial institutions to revive the Ajaokuta Steel Company. I've been hearing this Ajaokuta since forever.
Since we're born.
Ministry's Chief Information Officer in a statement said the minister revealed this when receiving Stanbic IBTC Bank in the Abuja office. Minister said that the collaboration with financial institutions was to seek the best financial options to restart the light steel mill in Ajaokuta and kickstart the rod production, which is really critical. Many people have alluded to the fact that our steel is better than most we import internationally. It has become imperative to seek funding of about 35 billion to enable the restart of the plant and for the production of iron rod and achieve the agenda for the current administration and to set timelines and benchmarks. So I hope the financial institutions in Nigeria are strong enough to accommodate 35 billion naira loan to Ajaokuta Steel, but we'll see how that goes.
Every administration will get this request.
Yes.
But I have a friend that works there, and she said it's really a sad state. What they're doing, Nigerian workers themselves just trying to maintain it so that it's not completely dilapidated until something can be done for good. I have a story here where it says that if no fewer than 9,000 civil servants who sat for the 2022 Federal Civil Service Promotion Examinations failed. So daddies and mommies failed. So the letter was saying that only 3,851 civil servants out of over 13,000 civil servants who sat for the promotion exams passed. So we have 139 officers who were promoted from post of Assistant Chief Administrative Officer to Chief Administrative Officer, and so on and so forth. Total of 113 civil servants were promoted from the role of Senior Administrative Officer, Principal. So I read the story because I was hoping to hear why these people failed, but there wasn't a lot that was said about that, just to give us the date for the next one, which will hold 11th of December to 16th of December this year. So it will be interesting to know
how they failed.
Yeah, why they failed, how they failed, if they're able to confirm that they truly failed, not that they fail us. When there's a large failing, say they failed us.
They failed us, yes.
So, all right. I wonder what's happened.
Moving on to Daily Sun.
They failed us.
Yes.
Tears as victims of Kaduna bombing gets mass burial. 2019 Imo Guba, Supreme Court dismisses Ihedioha's suit to sack Uzodinma. Khan, Sultan cautions against dangerous immigration. Mbab presents 521.6 billion naira budget, restates commitment to rapid development of Enugu. CBN to sanction banks hoarding cash. Nigerian political scene, forest of chaos, says Kuka. NLC seeks new minimum wage commensurate with cost of living. Oil, gas service providers exiting Nigerians in droves, says IPPG. Okay, which story?
Yes, so I have the Khan story. The president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Archbishop Daniel Oko, and the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Saad Abubakar, were in attendance at the fourth quarterly meeting of the Nigeria Interreligious Council in Abuja yesterday, themed the restoration of hope in Nigeria, and they discouraged Nigerians from the reckless immigration that imposes them to more dangers and inhuman treatment worse than what they are experiencing back home. It says Nigerians have endured the strife and extreme difficulties happening here. It says Nigerians have faced numerous challenges that have shaken the core of its unity and stability, notably insecurity, violence, political tension, and economic hardship. It says that, unfortunately, those who could not bear the situation migrated to other nations in search of greener pastures in what is commonly known as the Japa syndrome. But he continued to say that the solution is not in running away to other countries, but in finding ways to restore hope of the citizens in our dear country. He said we are blessed with abundant human and natural resources, and more than any other nation in the world, and we need to get it right on the management of these resources for the good of all of us. The president's, the secretary to the government of the Federation, Dr. George Akume, was there. He reassured Nigerians of the determination of President Bola Tinubu to change the situation of the country. He says his agenda of renewed hope is to ensure that poverty is tackled across board. And he says that he's a detribalized person, and he will not I'm trying to get, so I can quote him forward. He said he called on Nigerians to trust on the president that he would do all it takes to address the challenges of hunger and poverty. With human and natural resources deposited in Nigeria, our people have no reason to live in penury. And he also promised that the president will not weaponize religion and ethnicity, contrary to the fear of many people. And this is evident in the appointments that has been made so far.
Okay.
And I hope that we are reassured, because yesterday's show, I saw all the tags were done. People don't agree, but those are my words. I don't think that we should just run out. The intellectual capacity should be used also to change whatever we don't like in our country.
Okay.
Yeah, I have NLC. So there's an ongoing 19th edition of the NLC 2023 Hamatan School. It's started yesterday. The theme of the event is building worker skill for policy engagement. So they say that this is part of the NLC National Schools, where it trains and empowers members of its affiliated unions through skills and development. So the chairman of the NLC, who was represented by his deputy, was one of the things that he spoke about was that the NLC has said negotiation of the new national minimum wage in 2024 will be based on the prevailing cost of living in the country. Also talks about the removal of subsidies on petroleum products has further worsened the challenges faced by working people, and it has unleashed severe pain and contributing to galloping inflation and increasing inequality and poverty. All the other things that we have talked about because of the removal of subsidy. But he says that we also need to be aware as a country, and the government needs to be aware that a well-motivated and well-remunerated workforce has a positive impact on productivity and national development. So when they're having these conversations, it will be that whatever the minimum wage is has to be commensurate with, the realities on ground here.
I hope they can do that. So the Central Bank of Nigeria has said they will deal with recalcitrant banks who are hoarding cash for wealthy Nigerians during this Yuletide at the detriment of the economy. They said they found out that there's scarcity in most of the banks right now. You're not even able to get cash. And the economy, we have about 3 trillion that is being in circulation. So no bank has any excuse to say that there is no cash because there's money in circulation. But they are suspecting that because of the December 31st that was given before, that at the end of the December 31st, they would phase out the old Naira notes. People are beginning to hoard cash. Banks are hoarding and customers are hoarding cash. But we know that the Supreme Court had already given a judgment on this, that all the legal tenders are still legal till further notice. And so any bank that is caught hoarding money will be dealt with by the CBN.
Okay, so very quickly, the Independent Petroleum Producers Group raised alarm that many leading oil and gas service providers are leaving Nigeria in droves because of the strict local content requirements. According to the chairman, Mr. Abdulrazak, he pointed out that while we are Nigerians, we continue to prioritize local content development. Nigeria must recognize that these international players have a key role to play in ensuring technology transfer and knowledge sharing that our local players can benefit from. So you would agree with me that our local players will still lack the requisite skills to adequately support our deep offshore operations and other specialized operations. Therefore, our recommendation is that that there should be ways to modify our local content requirements to ensure to be globally competitive. So they're just worried that the international players are living in droves because of our new requirements for local content. Good, bad, let's see.
People living.
Vanguard, our final paper this one. Let's find a story not taken. Tinubu returns from COP28 summit in Dubai. Budget defense, Senate warns MDAs against sabotaging 2024 budget cycle. Unlawful detention, ECOWAS court orders Benin Republic to pay Sunday Igboho 20 million safer. IPOB, we must adopt non-kinetic approach to end insecurity in Southeast Asia. Shatima. Ondo government PDP bicker over alleged looting of state resources, and federal government's deficit spending rises 11% to 7.8 trillion. Okay, which story?
Okay, I have the Igboho story, the Yoruba Nation. So, the Community Court of Justice of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, sitting in Abuja yesterday, ordered that the Republic of Benin should pay Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, 20 million safer within 3 months for unlawful detention and violation of his fundamental rights. And they said that in a unanimous judgment, Sunday Igboho had gone to the court to enforce his fundamental rights for his detention that lasted for till early this year in Benin Republic.
Okay, so our Vice President Kashim Shettima yesterday met with this group. They call themselves a delegation under the auspices of Peace in Southeast Project, PICE-P. They visited the VP to present an initiative on how to tackle the issues, the separatist issues happening in the Southeast. And the Vice President was saying that, you know what's best is a non-kinetic approach, and that's what this group is about. He says, or else, you know, that's the best way, that in fact the worst wars that we've fought in the world have ended up on the negotiation table. So we just need to, that what needs to be deployed in the Southeast is, we need to see how you build bridges that will determine how far we can go as a people and society. We have to reach out to youths. We have to empower them. Once we empower them, the crisis and agitation and insecurity will vanish. So less, you know, weapons of war and more talking and empowering people and bringing everyone to the table.
No matter how much we blow up things, it's still going to end up at the negotiation table. So we have to always be ready to use non-kinetic. All right, let's go on a quick break now. We'll come back and move on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So yesterday, a video came on social media showing many Africans engaging in one form of trading in another part of the world. And also in Nigeria, one of the primary functions of any government is to provide equitable welfare for its citizens. But over time in Nigeria, many public affairs analysts across have echoed that they have not done well in this regard. Mixed reactions have trailed yesterday's dislodgement of traders under the newly inaugurated Oyingbo Bridge by the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps, otherwise known as Kick Against Indiscipline, that's KAI. In the same vein, as I said earlier, another video came out on social media showing many Africans engaging in one form of trading or the other in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, Paris. This morning, looking at both videos, we're saying, what exactly is wrong with us? Is it that we like to trade under bridges, or we are not we are not organized enough to get to trade properly as it should? Let's see a few videos. The video under the bridge in Oyingbo, and then the video that happened in France. Let's see your views on this. Let's watch the clips. So there are two things. We're going to start with what happened in Oyingbo first. It's a newly inaugurated bridge. Nigerians went underneath the bridge to start selling their wares. And we love to buy things on the road. I mean, sometimes I always feel that being in the car is a disadvantage, because when you're in the car, you can't just stop and park. But if you're taking bus and here, you can buy fresh tangerines, you can buy fresh this, you can buy all sorts of tomatoes on the road. It's all displayed. You don't have to go into the market. I always like that. But we've been told over the years that because it's convenient doesn't make it right. But these Nigerians have gone underneath, and many have argued that, listen, it's government's job to provide areas for these people to sell their wares. Well, government can be seen as irresponsible in not allowing these people to sell, because this is a daily needs and daily livelihoods. Do you think it's right for Nigerians to have gone underneath the new bridge to sell something just to survive? And then if we look at it with the video from France, where You can take Nigerians out of Nigeria, you can't take Africans out of Africa. So you go to Africa, to France, in Paris, beautiful city of Paris, and we're also putting our wares out there, selling on the road. What are your thoughts on this? Let me start with you, Nima. What do you think? Government's irresponsibility or is a means to an end?
It's a lot of, from our practices, our ways, and our history. So markets did not used to be organized in Africa. It used to be at a particular place, a road can be passing through, just have your wares at a particular spot, and it used to be licensed so that you pay the larger money for your space. The space does not have to be connected or organized like this. We did not have a proper market, stores and shops.
Markets.
All our mothers and ancestors that traded this way. You know, except they're coming to your farm to collect. But when there's that meeting point, the meeting point was never a market shopping mall idea. So now that we're moving towards a mega city, for Lagos, for instance, are we planning a way that our people would, grow into this modernity we are trying to introduce to them? Are we carrying them along? Also, if we are, why are the shops so expensive? So I have a case in question, the Ketu Mall, the Ketu Market. There are demolitions happening now, but to buy a new store, what we call that's open shop, I'm trying to remember the name, it's so expensive.
Container, is it container?
No, those small
kiosk.
The small kiosks, the one that doesn't have a covering. You just have your small place to sell. It's so ridiculously expensive for a small market woman starting. So if your business, there's a way we trade. I have sold things for years. Before I even became an undergraduate, from my diploma days in LASU, I was trading in underwears, hijabs, and all of that. I didn't have a store. It never did. And until my dad started releasing his car, I didn't have a place to carry them. So they were carried in bags and sold on conventional places. So you go by, quickly see. Nigerians have always done that. If you go to the market, there are people who don't have shops. They don't even have goods. They will come to you. Their own is to help you source. And you want to buy, come my shop. They will have an arrangement. On every store, market, any goods you buy, the amount, the owner knows what to give them as a percentage. And that's how people make their livelihood. So when we are advancing like that, we must carry our people's ways and practices into consideration. It does not have to be how it is done abroad. We want modernity, we welcome it. But we will not displace our people.
Okay.
Our people will not start to beg because make place fine. Yes, we must carry them along. This store, I know people who had places. I was saying during the cash issue, I was collecting money from my friends in the market. Now, they are looking for money, 6 million to buy one shop.
Oh, no.
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, no.
Then let me come to you, Miriam.
Yeah, so I like what Lagos State is doing, and it's not just Lagos State, actually a few other states are, just trying to clear the place up and make life easier for all Nigerians. So in Lagos State, it will make life easier for all residents of Lagos State and visitors. I know that area very well. I know how it used to be. Even for a pedestrian, you'll be in between people. If you're in a car, God help you, you'll be stuck in traffic for hours. And it's also breeding ground for all sorts of crime. So the government did this. It was not just about looking nice. It's about functionality as well, ease of movement, and also for better businesses, for those who have taken the money out to pay for the stalls around, is to allow for them to make good on the money that they have paid for the stalls. Now, I know it may come across as insensitive when you say, oh, these people don't have stalls, they can't afford the money that has been put on the stalls, and this is how our African way of doing things. Then what are we saying? That we should allow things to keep on going the way that they're going? Or speak with government. How can we get subsidized stalls for people like this? Whether we like it or not, Nigerian government will not say that they are unaware of the large number of Nigerian businesses. They are mostly small, medium, businesses, and most of them cannot afford some of these prices. But if I can remember, I think we had someone here who broke it down to us and helped us understand that it's not completely true.
Yeah.
I think it
I
was
spoke
because
to
yes,
Mayoress.
Mayoress.
I'm actually talking to
So
her
it's not
now.
completely true that every single store is the expensive one. There are cheaper ones. There's one that I think they collect monthly allowances.
No,
for
she
which
just
you
sent
have-
me. She sent me a message.
Yes.
I sent her a message like how much, especially for example, the K2 one.
Yes.
This is 5,500 naira per year.
Good. Yeah.
That was she told me
rent?
that.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
5,000.
They're not
that's-
talking to them.
So this
I
is
would like to-
Mayoress.
I would
This
like to
Mayoress.
reach out
So
to her.
yeah, I
point
remember
here.
when she came here and, you know, it opened our eyes because it's easy to hear, oh, it's 6 million. So you hear 6 million, forgetting that maybe that structure is a much bigger structure and it's not for your own kind of business. So if you get, let's make sure that the information that people need, these traders need to access, you know, stalls that are commensurate to what they can pay, you know, it's out there. But I feel that government is doing a lot of good and we should encourage it.
Yeah.
It's better for all of us. You know, when we say, oh, be sympathetic to these people, be empathetic with these people, remember we're supposed to be sympathetic to all Nigerians, everyone that is involved. If I put my 6 million down, my 5,500 every month, I should be able to stay in my store. I should have traffic lead people to my store, or else that means, you know, I've wasted my money. That means government is not sympathetic towards me either. That means government does not care for a well-meaning Nigerian, a Nigerian that is doing the right thing. So let's put this empathy aside and make sure that people follow the right thing because it's for the general good of Nigerians.
I'm busy.
So, for, against, I'm thinking, where do I stay now?
All right.
But let's go back, right in the middle. So let's go back to history. Where I was coming from, we always had market squares where all the markets were done. So you have like on Eke days, on Afo days, on Orie days. And all those days, there are different kind of things you will see in the market, but there was always a market square. It was when I started growing that I started seeing people hawking on the street. Normally, you wait till the next 4 days to go to the market to purchase whatever you want to purchase. So you purchase for your household enough that it will last you the next 4 days to go back to the market to buy more. But, you know, with modernization and, you know, a lot of people not wanting to stay in one place, we saw a lot of people hawking. That's where I was coming from. But I think that since we are moving into a modern society, now I want to also paint the picture of the part of France that they showed people hawking, you know, or selling just anyhow there. It will not happen in every city.
Of course.
It doesn't happen in every city. There are designated areas where some of these things are
Even
allowed.
African community.
Yes, where some of these things are allowed. Because when I went to Paris, I did not see any of this based on the area that I stayed. And so if Lagos is saying we are building a mega city, we don't want some of these things in certain areas, especially with government infrastructure. We need to make it look a certain way for our people and for the people that will be coming into the country. I think it's a good one, and we must encourage them. However, I would like that those people that were chased away were not just chased away. There should be alternatives for them. And I know it may be too much asking the government, but in your plan to say this is no longer obtainable because of the kind of city, knowing that these people have lived like this for a very long time, it will not be easy to just chase them away like that, and it will look insensitive if you do not make some sort of preparation for them. You can say, okay, we are pushing you people to this designated area. There's an open land here where you can have your market, but not on our infrastructure anymore. That would make more sense.
No.
So as you're chasing them away, you're chasing them into somewhere,
solutions.
giving them solutions, you know. And for those who can,
I want to respond to that.
Okay.
I've spoken to a few people who have said that really the Nigerians who live within these communities, once they engage with their yalodgers or with the community leaders, they know what to do. And they pay, and many of them obey. But the problem is how people who are flooding in, or people come into communities, live, like, for example, a whole bunch of people move into a community, they don't really care, they just they enter Lagos, they have to hustle to go and just sell something. So many of them are not deferring to the leaders in that community. They just come in and start selling. Because you're in Lagos, I can make money anywhere. Find a store, build something, you sell it. But they are saying that many of the issues they have is they're continually sensitized. But when you sensitize this group today, another group will come again. So they're having that constant issue. So there are different factors. So I'm just responding to the fact that it's not somebody that has been living there for 20 years and you now send them away. Many of them are law-abiding. And many of them actually...
I find it hard to take that completely because I feel that if the community is involved, they will not sit, especially these Lagos people that I know, you now come from where and you want to sell market in where the community knows specifically and have all agreed that you should not sell market there. That means the community is involved. That means they have accommodated those people, you know. So going forward, and to be fair to government, I mean, many times we've heard them talk about this transition period. They're telling you, you have to move your market, you have to, these are stalls. Then hardly, if they did, maybe military days, you hardly find a present-day government that just goes somewhere and just sends people out without forewarning them and giving them options. It's just that maybe how much that option will cost is the problem. But government needs to work closely with the grassroots. I think that's one of the things also Mayor has said, where a particular group of traders, roadside traders, were moved, and she didn't even know about it. So, you know, when you're coming into areas like that, talk to the grassroots leaders, involve them, let them be part of, these are your on-the-ground police. They're your on-the-ground enforcers. Let them be part of government decision to make places better for all Nigerians. And then I think we'll have a more seamless transition to modern structures.
So I'm hearing for the first time, and I've been in the know of what is happening in that Ketu for a while, that, you know, is a 5,500 rent, monthly rent.
Yes. Not monthly, annually.
Annual rent?
Yes. Let me read it for you. Wow. She said,
thank you.
So let me
forward it to me.
I'll forward it to you. Because
no,
you forward our number to you.
Then you forward the number, forward it to, because I want to follow through. When I sit here, I want to say things for facts. I know people who are affected. So when Mayoress is talking tomorrow, let me be able to say, I know she's done what she said. Those people are giving millions in the bills that they received. They are presently racking brains and saying, I can't afford what my shop has been demolished to be rebuilt as. We've had that experience in Tejo Show. The people who were there initially couldn't afford the new stores. And that's a fact.
And
so when Mayoress has these facts, let this be public. Let these people be constantly informed in the language they understand, which is the Yoruba language, that is the language of Lagos people, in those markets. Let them know that there's hope for them. Let them not think, oh, when I take my goods now, it's better for me to go and put them on the roadside. I don't accommodate, I don't even believe in those touting building stores like what we have on the trade fair, under the bridges. I don't agree with that. What we have on Oyingbo, I don't support it. But let there be options. Affordable ones. Lagos has the rent-to-own option. They have that. They can do that for the shops. Let the people be able to afford.
As you said, we'll follow up, but I had to, because when you said about, I had to immediately chat her up, and she's telling me here, people can buy from they actually partner with contractors. So say you buy from a contractor to own or rent, but government charges per year.
Let them give
whatever. Let me finish,
also,
Nima, now.
Sorry, let them also give right of first refusal to the original owners.
When you become local government chairman, you make a law.
No,
I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what is at stake here. What's on ground right now.
So what do we have?
So the point is, the government charges 5,500 per year. And so whatever you are, either landlord or tenant. So even if you're a landlord, you still pay to government. Now says that the government said the only people they allocated stores to are the fruit markets. So those are the ones that they gave. They sorted out.
That's true.
They sorted those ones out for fruit market, but they're even looking for more space for those ones.
Okay.
And she said that she's even looking for space. Yeah, that's all she has said so far.
So could it
but the
be
point is that so there are two conversations. Listen, I'm not speaking on her behalf. I'm just telling you to counter you saying that it was expensive. So we'll now have a conversation. We'll meet in the middle. Now the point of this conversation is not to debate what they are charging in Ketu or not. The point is that when government is trying to displace certain people who have been selling on that, how do you do it? One. Second conversation is our people, the same way we sell on roads. When we travel abroad too, we sell on roads. Is it that is our practice? Therefore, government should allow us sell on roads because that's how we've been doing it since forever.
We find a way. That's how we do.
Yes.
If you say live here, I will go to another place and shade the market. That's the truth. So I'm holding the case for our people. They will go to another place, shade the market. You come there, you pursue them, you go to another place and shade it again.
Shade it.
It's shady market.
Shady market.
Let's use local balance. So let's try to understand these people. I don't have a store by the roadside today, but I saw it growing up. And what it meant is that the person wasn't involved in criminality. So when we look at these options side by side and balance things, it will make sense. We're not engaging Mayoress on the Ketu. I only raised that example. I would love to have her here. Let us know what the 5,005, maybe I missed it when she wasn't on set. What that money is for exactly. Is it tenement rate? Is it the cost towards your total amount of your shop? So that we know whether these people have the options.
No problem. Let me take the call, then I'll come to you,
displacing
BC.
people completely.
Good morning. Thanks for calling, David. I'm sorry for keeping you.
Thank you very much for
You're live.
this discussion. It's a very, very useful discussion. Yes, everybody wants modernization, but like Nabi said, that we have to look at our culture. Yes, when you displace people, definitely there should be an alternative. And I was discussing with one of the traders in Ketu, who said, after the completion, for even those who have 2 or 3 shops, were not even given allocation. The allocation will be taken by these big men and giving it to them at exorbitant prices. Government can, after completion of a particular location, to modernize them. Those who are already there, please give them an option. The option that can be paid over a long time. That will ease tension and it will be good for everybody. You don't just displace people. You don't just modernize the market and just give it to big men to benefit from. It's not right. Give it to those who are already there.
All right.
So, we talked about our culture and the way we have been doing things, the way we've been selling. We can also evolve in our culture because every state has got a plan. We have a plan to make the state a very modern state. We have a plan to, take out some things and put some things in the advancement. We're all growing. It wasn't the way, we're not doing things the same way we're doing things 10 years back. So we must grow. And in that, government must also show compassion in how they choose to display people, which I've said before. Now, coming to this tenement rent, I just want to add a little thing. Is it possible that the government is paid the 5,000 naira by the people who quickly buy out the stalls, and then they increase the money for people who are coming in? Because we had that even in our university system, where as a federal hostels, as a federal school, you pay just a token to get, and some people go there and pay for like 10 slots.
That's Nigerians happening to Nigeria.
I'm telling you, and they now start selling to students at exorbitant prices. You can't even imagine. It's also possible that this is what is happening. So we too, as Nigerians, must look out for ourselves. You see somebody buying tomatoes, okay, let's go.
Let me go on a break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us, right back. Great point.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing this matter, and I really wanted this conversation to gravitate towards our culture, who we are as a people, because when the same government that is clearing this under the bridge stores, the same government when they're campaigning, they go and buy boli from the roadside seller, they go and buy corn, roasted corn from even without governors. All of them were going there because that is who we are. We can't go and enter supermarket and looking for roasted corn. I can't go and looking for inside mall and say, please, I'm looking for boli. I can't. Because I rather. So that is who we are. Now, as who we are, how do we therefore be a mega city and yet be who we are?
See, everybody is who they are. The Oyimbos that are using supermarkets today, they used to be outside. Do you understand? It's just about evolving and becoming better. If we are saying that Africans are people who refuse to develop or grow, I don't think I'm that sort of African. I'm not that sort of Nigerian. I want to be better. So I would advise during campaign season, governors, please next time, go into stores that you have made Nigerians to go to sell their wares. Go into those stores and do the campaign eating of corn or whatever, so that you say, so that you send the proper you send the proper message. If they don't do it there, they will have stalls for those ones. Now, I was just going to refer to the one in France. Yeah. I was saying that I'm not sure, but I know that Oyimbos like to do farmers markets, where they have different days that people come out to do it, and then they clean up and clear up. And they go, because it's usually like a seasonal market. The things come in, fresh, perishable, and they go. If I can guess, Africans were likely in that sector.
We used to do it.
We're also likely in that sector. Yes. Now it's even a thing. Lagos, they'll carry some things and then make it as if it's a janded something. Now we have farmers markets all
Yeah, I've
around.
even been to
in
farmers
Lagos.
market. It's a bit more decent. So it's kind of, sometimes it looks like an open house, but it's well organized. But our market is different too.
No, farmers market
Our market
here.
then be farmers
Market, that's the real
But
market, how we started.
But we also have farmers market. We have days that we go to farmers market. We have they will even send you message.
The Oyingbo ones?
No, here in Nigeria, they'll
No,
send
as
you
in,
message.
it's more classy, it's more organized.
I'll just say organized.
Yeah, it's
I don't
more
know,
organized, yeah.
But it's organized and it's done here in Nigeria, and they will tell you ahead of time on this certain date, farmers are bringing in their wares and blah, blah, blah. Go there and buy. And these are same Nigerians like you and I that know this kind of market. So we are developed people. We are people that are progressing. We are people that want better. Please, don't associate Africans with people that just want to be running helter-skelter. I don't like
So
that.
we are not like that, I agree
No,
with you.
really, we are not running helter-skelter.
Yeah.
Our people have always done markets. I went to the Dioro market to buy Gary growing up when I lived in Surulere. I went to markets. And today, if you go to those places, you'll be wondering, are you lost? Are you found? Is it the same place? Well, it's okay to be innovative, but don't just totally display.
Look at the picture. No, man, look at the picture right now.
Understand.
This is a nicely tarred, well paved,
but
paved
this
stones.
was-
These paved stones.
Oh,
You now
just
put
go-
fish on top of paved stones. Come on.
Now, this was the old Oyingbo market. This was where they shaded.
Yeah.
So when you wanted to pave stones, did you
Yeah.
tell them,
Did you
"We are
make
moving
provision?
you here"?
Yes, to another
Moving
place.
it to where? Where? In this Lagos. Where is the space?
Market.
Where's space now? On the air?
That's the problem. We have documentaries that showed old Lagos, new Lagos. Look at those places. They were there then. They used to come with their fishes. I go to Waterside in Ojo. Nobody they pave road for there. They will carry it inside basket. We will buy it fresh.
So do you want a new world, a new country or not?
a new
See
world
people
now.
who were there.
Yeah.
When you are building and planning,
Yes.
you know their history.
Put them
You're
into
planning with their
consideration.
history. They will be happy to take the new places you put them.
Yes.
But when you leave them helpless, placeless, replaced, they will find
like
place. They will put it on your stone.
We're being a bit
Okay, let me-
we're exaggerating on that.
No, no.
Like they don't get any information at all.
No, it's
Exactly.
Not,
This is
They
Nigeria.
yes.
It's not about
You know you are
Wait,
very English
wait.
folks.
no, it's not about
Wait,
information.
let me take a call. Let me take a call, Nima. I'm going to
Take a
drink
call
it.
and come back.
No, I'm not coming back to you. I'm coming back to
Don't share.
Miriam.
No, you want to.
Wait, I'll come back to
We are
you.
explaining something.
Good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live. Michael, please. I'm so sorry.
Michael, sorry.
So it's aside from the information, when you're asking them to leave that area, where are you asking them to go to? So leave information. We can say, we're coming to pave the road, though. We need you out of here by so and so time. We need you out of here to where? Let's consider these people. So for instance, a lot of them are still under the poverty line, right? They are still those crayfish and fish that they are selling just to make ends meet. Right? If you give them opportunity to do something, they want to do something else. But that's where their hands they can lay their hands, right? And then you tell them, we want to beautify this place for everybody. And we're going to displace you from here. And you do not give them an opportunity to stay, to stay somewhere else to make ends meet. It seems like you, the government, you're not even caring for the people.
Okay.
Are you just working? No, hold on. Are you just working for the rich? Because it's the rich that will appreciate. No, listen. It's the rich that will appreciate the fineness of the place. Somebody, whenever chop finish, they appreciate how beautiful Oyingbo. Hold on, darling. How
You made your point.
beautiful. I've never finished.
You made your key point.
How beautiful,
Wait.
no, how beautiful the Oyingbo market is. If you never chop belefu, you cannot appreciate it.
Okay.
So we're saying, government, we love what you are doing. We appreciate it. But please, these people, give them an alternative place.
Cost collection.
Like our own place. So, no, leave cost though. We can, if we have money to buy cars.
Okay, wait.
If we have money to buy cars,
Bisi,
we can do this for
Bisi
people.
points here. Let me hear your points and have a call.
First of all, excuse me, are you saying that because I'm below the poverty line, even me, I don't want a nice space? Excuse me. When people always say,
for
no,
yourself.
no,
for
no,
yourself,
speaking
Miriam.
for everyone.
No, you cannot.
Everybody, you spoke for everybody. Let me speak for the everybody too.
I spoke for the poor.
The poor. Whoever, I don't
Who told you poor doesn't like to eat bacon? Who told you they don't
That's
eat
not the
bacon?
point.
No, it's the point.
No, you will kill them first before they eat the bacon.
No,
Wait,
I don't want to lose this. I don't want to even make it a joke.
Okay.
Who said the poor do not like a
Nice
functional,
air conditioner.
functional space?
that's
Who
what we're
said
saying.
the poor do not want to lay their wares in places where it's nice and cozy? Who said the poor do not want to start work or go to their stores and then it's all neat and nice around them? This Nigerian poor that have always swept around their environment and always cleared up around their environment, however, sad it's looking, please, let's put that aside because we're always painting Africans as if the only thing we care about is things that look messed up, is not working. I don't like that. That's
That's
one.
what we're saying.
Two, concerning information or information, the truth is, if we are truthful to ourselves, we have heard government many times give out information. Now, secondly, which I made the point earlier, the access to the information may be a problem. Involving grassroots community leaders may be the problem, where government, you cannot be too, government sometimes can be a bit above grassroots, so you have to work together. But government, at least in the last 8 years, I've not heard where they would be doing something and they're asking people to leave and they don't have where they're asking them to go. I'm talking of markets, I'm not talking of other things, but markets, they will tell you, we are moving you here. You would even see on the signboard while the work is going on, construction for blah, 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 where the markets will move.
We want to know
so in order to make our point sometimes, let's just stick to the point, let's not totally paint the government bad. When it does the right thing.
No, that's a misconception of what's said here. Please, don't give us a name. That's not our name.
It's a misconception. The only problem that I will find, that I'm reiterating here and pushing is that access information may still be a problem and we need to do better with that.
Let me take this call from Larry. Good morning, Larry. You're live. Oh, I'm so sorry for keeping you. Mariam, let me come to you, Nima.
I want to agree with Miriam slightly. It's been done. Poor people too like neat places. The former Delta State governor did a place. It was a night market. Fruits was sold, suya was sold, and he came and said he didn't like the untidiness of that arrangement. And what he did, he got a contractor to break, rebuild, and organize that place. The same suya seller, see your space. There was a hand washing point there. I saw that documentary. Can be copied. And those people commend. In fact, in that documentary, they said, thank you, governor. I'm trying to remember his name. I've been trying to remember since. And they were praising the governor. It's possible to do this. But Lagos, yes, is very more populated. We have a lot of we have less land spaces and all of that. But when you come and tell the people, yeah, Eleja, Eleo, we don't want you here. But since we don't want you here, we have this option. For you. We know this is what you're worth, your total amount, your possible income is from selling this roasted fish or selling this ice fish. We will move you to so place. Beya mama so 1,000 lo shosho. Speaking, I learned it in the market. They will tell you, okay, thank you, sir, because you've given them option. And that place is also accessible.
Thank you.
Recently, they demolished Abule Ado. I know a fish seller that was directly affected.
Let me respond to that.
That woman is a widow raising 4 children on her own. The first thing she did is that government is not for me. Government is not caring for me. I was talking just as Miriam was saying, do you want this is a roadside. I was talking to her, but I knew when I went to my house that woman would be thinking of how do I continue to sustain my family.
Simple.
We just want government.
I get Tony my point taken. Now there's another angle.
Government.
There's another angle that people say that government might sleep for 20 years. When government wakes up, it wakes up. Our government may have been sleeping for so long and allow you to the government did not allocate the space for you. You woke up in the morning and you picked it by yourself. Let me finish. And you're the landlord of that space. You shaded that area. And you've been selling in fact, you raised your children to university on that place. One day, we now have a woke child. Your child becomes governor of Lagos State and says, I want this place to look better. Doesn't know that her own father's, whatever, her age mates were raised there. And she's like, I need this place cleared out. I can't allocate a place for you because I didn't put you there in the first place. I'm not the one that gives it. If I gave you a space, I'm just looking for the point of government. If I was one that gave you a space, it's my responsibility to find you an alternative. But if you are the one that's going to go and pick a space on government property, it's not my responsibility to find you another government. I'm just trying to see with you. I did not put you there. You went there. And I'm saying, I need you to leave that place. You find elsewhere. Because how many of you, listen now, how many people can I find a space for? There are thousands of them. I can't afford it. Either you find a new job, either you start selling online, you find a new opportunity, either you start doing it. You got to find something. Because right now,
the government
I'm just telling you the other side of it. Come on, BC.
A government that cares will not say, I did not put you there, so I can kick you out. They are your people. You were sleeping when they picked a spot. If you had woken up, they wouldn't have picked that spot. So now that you have woken up...
Wait,
let me just add it. I think it's called something about squatters' right. If you stayed in a particular place for quite a period
of time, it becomes yours.
If government is going to move you, they will have
to compensate you. So I now woke up as a government and I'm saying, we can no longer condone you staying here because of the sort of plan that we have for the betterment of everyone. However, we understand that you may not have the resources to get those blocks of flats for your shops. We have earmarked another open space for you where you can go there and confidently shade, and we have not affected your culture in any way, but we can no longer allow you to be in the city.
Madam Governor,
How do you think those
Madam Governor, wait. Madam Governor, you really want to give them a space. In your heart of hearts, you really want to give them space. You've checked all over Lagos. You don't check Ikorodu. You checked everywhere. Unfortunately, there's no space. I remember when we were having this Magodo issue. When those land guys came, wait now. Let's be objective. When we came here, when we were talking about Magodo issue, the people that were fighting for Magodo property, government, I think it was SSG came here many years ago, told us that we found them land somewhere, I think it's Ekpe. You're saying that Magodo belongs to you. We're saying, we can't give you here. We'll find you a different land. They said, no, it's too far. Is that Magodo, that place, this spot, that I want? My father's land. So the same thing, I'm just saying. So, no, it's not different. It's a rationale. Like, I found you a land. Without, my job is as government. I will find you. I found it in Ekpe. I found it in Badagry. I'm sorry, I don't want to go that far. I don't have land in Magodo area. Same thing with these market women. This is where I've been selling my tomato. Is this the area I want? Unfortunately, I don't have. I have to take you to Ikorodu. That's where there's land. Or Ibejuleki. That's where there's land. Would you go?
Yes. So if they now refuse to go, and I am chasing them out and flogging them, no Nigerian will fault me because I made provision.
No,
hold on. We need to ask, where did they send these people they are driving to?
Thank you, BC. Let me give you
with everything Mariam said today, I wanted her to tell me where did they send
Madam
them
Governor,
to.
Madam Governor, historian wants to talk. Historian wants to talk. Calm down.
Historian
Talk. Yeah, please.
So when Lagos became a crowded market, no place they couldn't organize, they removed people now. Those people moved. What do you think made up Alaba under the Jakonde movement? How did you think they created the trade fair market? Was it a market before? It was a trade fair complex used for trade fair. When they needed to relocate people, they found spaces. Find space.
Okay, that's what you're for. Okay, let's take a few comments. I have to run on. Let me see. I think I have Mr. Tijani. Dr. Tijani says, open market is everywhere. And the difference in some climes with ours is the manner both governments and citizens have been conducting themselves. You cannot modernize everywhere. Decency is what should be introduced. So decency.
Decency, I like that.
Trading is the creation of wealth for both governments and traders, and we can have designated places for various markets in Birmingham, UK. I mean, she's just going on and on that we can have things like the Aswani market created. Go ahead.
So Olusoya Williams says, about being able to buy roasted corn on the go, government can create modern mini kiosks under same bridges and ensure that they're giving cards like Cowrie and as ID with strict usage rules. I believe this will go a long way to help petty traders. Don Hawking.
That is all we can take on front page.
Hey, I have to take my comment.
Hurry up, please. We have to
You can't govern a state like Lagos with Nigerians with so much emotions. Empathy may be one aspect of governance, so also is firmness. The situation you can there are situations you can empathize, and there are situations you must be firm. Street hawking, however you look at it, is wrong. How our habits of buying things along the way needs that evolution for the hawker, persons, and government, and there's much more. So
that is all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Me too, I can't believe.